Greetings to all of you. I am Dr. Sivamani. I am presenting from University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Salalah, Oman, and today I am going to present my talk on occupational risks in natural gas combined cycle power plants. I would like to thank the management of University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Salalah, Oman, for giving me this opportunity to present here, and I would like to thank a team from Ecuador who has given me the opportunity to present this talk. In this presentation, I am going to give an overview on natural gas combined cycle power plant and occupational risks associated with it, and proposing a solutions for possible occupational risks. So this natural gas combined cycle power plant uses gas turbine and steam turbine to generate power by using natural gas as primary fuel source. Initially, it has many components. The first component is compressor, in which the air is compressed from 1 atmosphere to 20 atmosphere. Later, it is sent to the combustion chamber, where the air is mixed with natural gas fuel to generate a mixture of hot gases of CO2 and water, and it is allowed to flow through gas turbine, where the electricity is generated at the efficiency of 35%. Then the hot gases generated by the gas turbine is sent to heat recovery steam generator, where the water is converted into superheated steam, and the steam thus produced is passed to steam turbine to generate the furthermore power, and still the exhaust gases are remaining, and those exhaust gases are treated by using oxidative catalyst and selective catalyst reduction to convert all the incomplete combustible products into complete combustible products, and then release it to the atmosphere. And after the steam turbine, the water gets cooled and the condensate come out from the steam turbine is recycled back to produce steam. So here the natural gas combined cycle power plants generate electricity through natural gas combustion and steam turbine systems. And here, why we are going for combined cycle instead of single cycle? Because the single cycle produces less energy efficiency. So to improve the energy efficiency, the combined cycle is used here. So the highly efficient energy conversion due to combined heat and power systems. So there are two chemical reactions taking place in this natural gas combined cycle power plants. The first primary reaction is combustion reaction, in which the natural gas reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water if the combustion is complete. And if the combustion is incomplete, then it produces carbon monoxide and water. And in controlling the emissions, there are two reactions taking place. One is oxidative catalytic reaction, which is the incomplete combustible products such as carbon monoxide reacts with oxygen to produce complete combustible product carbon dioxide. And the another reaction is selective catalytic reaction, in which the nitrogen oxides react with oxygen with the liquid ammonia produces nitrogen and water. So the common chemicals used in the natural gas combined cycle power plants are, as I told you, the primary fuel source for combustion is natural gas, which contains 80% of methane, and other chemicals used in this plant are the lubricants or hydraulic fluids used in turbines and machineries for smooth operation. And liquid ammonia, as I told you before, it is used in selective catalytic reduction reaction to control emissions, and some cooling chemicals are used for heat exchange processes including corrosion inhibitors. Occupational risks in natural gas combined cycle power plant. There are many categories of occupational risks are associated with natural gas combined cycle power plants. First of all, we will start with the physical risk. The physical risk, the mainly high temperature and high pressure. So the high temperature is due to working near turbines, boilers and other high heat systems without proper safety precautions, and compressors generate high pressure air from the atmospheric pressure air. So the compressors may cause damage or affect the health. Then the second type is chemical risks. So there is a possibility of exposing the human health to gases such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, liquid ammonia, etc. And there may be a possible of spilling of chemicals such as lubricants in the liquid ammonia or any other coolants or solvents used in the process. So the third classification is inhalation risks. So that if you inhale carbon monoxide or nitrogen oxides or ammonia, then we know that it lead to the respiratory problems, and it leads to chronic lung issues. And the exposure to ammonia may lead to irritation of eyes, nose and throat, and in high concentration it may be lead to death. And electrical risks, the electrical utensils should be safeguarded properly, and in the absence of electrical electrical non-maintenance, then there is a risk of electrical shock from high voltage systems, and there may be a explosion of there may be explosion due to ignited gases or chemical leaks. The fire risks. So the natural gas is highly inflammable, so it leads to fire quickly. So the sprinklers and extinguishers and fire resistant clothing should be in place to prevent from fire risks. And burn risks. So the turbine, the steam pipes and boilers are high temperature devices. So by mistake, if any labor or operator or supervisor touch the surface, then it leads to the burn risks. So the manpower should be educated properly to avoid high temperature materials and equipment. So next type is exposure to hazardous chemicals. So as I told you, the use of ammonia in SCR systems, selective chemical detection systems. So it may lead to chemical burn, respiratory risk issues, and the prolonged exposure of lubricants or oil on skin may lead to dermatitis, dermatological problems. And then emergency response. So the evacuation procedures for chemical spills or gas leaks or any serious incident or accident should be made aware to the manpower. So first aid measures for chemical exposure, burns and inhalation incidents should be properly propagated to all the employees of industry. So the proposed solutions to mitigate occupational risks in NGCCPP, the proper ventilation should be provided so that the light can come in and the manpower can see all the hazardous vapor or liquids visibly. And The ventilation system is beneficial for better breathe. So if there is any suffocation, then if there is a proper ventilation system, then they can avoid from the suffocation. So the regular monitoring of air quality in confined or high risk areas are very important, because due to leakage in some places there may be a release of carbon monoxide or oxides of nitrogen to the atmosphere. So in such case, yeah, regular monitoring of air quality is very important in confined or high risk areas. Then the common rule, that is the use of personal protective equipment PPE in all the places of industry is mandatory. So what are the specific personal protective equipment used in natural gas combined cycle power plant? They are gloves, goggles and respirator. Okay, and in addition to this, the earplug also may work good to protect the better health of manpower. So the safety measures include handling protocols of various materials and machines, and first aid precautions and spill containment should be notified to all the manpower of the industry. So the thermal protective gear such as insulated clothing is very important at appropriate places. And the routine safety training on dealing with heat and burns should be provided to the manpower once in 3 months. And those who are visiting the company without the proper safety induction program, they should not be allowed to enter the industry. And all the equipments and machineries should undergo regular maintenance checks, and all the chemicals should undergo chemical hazard assessments. So coming to the summary, so the natural gas combined cycle power plants involve a variety of chemical processes with associated risks, and the inhalation of gases, exposure to chemicals, electrical hazards and fire risks are very significant. So effective safety measures, wearing proper PPE and routine safety training are essential for minimizing risks. The future outlook, so ongoing development of safer processes and equipment for natural gas combined cycle power plants are mandatory, and the enhanced safety training and protective measures to manpower may safeguard the workers from accidents. So with this presentation, I would like to conclude my session. So now the session is open to questions. Thank you, and I'd like to thank one and all gathered over here to listen to my presentation. Thank you for your active listening, and any queries you can email to my uh, you can email to me. Thank you very much and good luck to you all.